Welcome back here at Brand TV. Now from the streets of Rome, we're here riding the gondola here in beautiful Venice.
Yes,
right, G? Now this is the life. This is the life.
I am loving this. Who said that art is boring?
Yes, who says art is boring? It's never boring here.
It is not. It is arty and farty, and I am loving it.
And we're loving it, and the people are loving it. And you know, this place is gaining ground in social media and word of mouth, and people are flocking here by the groups.
You know, it is funny that you mentioned social media because we're going to be talking about this social media personality na sumisikat ngayon.
Sino yan?
Malalaman natin. Watch this.
Lauren de la Cruz, a fashion designer, and I'm the owner of the brand Lauren. So Lauren, basically my job is to design, starting from sketching, sewing, and then doing the cutting of fabric, pattern making, actually everything from start to finish. And I do even do beadwork and lace work up to the finishing of the final garment. So basically, I'm really hands-on to what I'm doing. So I do everything from start to finish. And I want to focus more of the detail work, to be really hands-on my craft, and to be hands-on with my clients as well. Yeah, so what inspires me really to get into fashion? I remember I always loved dressing up when I was a kid. And I remember this friend of mine who was really good in sketching when I was in high school. And then I asked her to teach me how to draw. And then ever since, I practiced every single day. And I felt so happy that you can turn all your ideas and all your designs into a sketch. And then that's the time I decided that I want to make them into a reality. So I decided to take fashion design in college. So I took fashion design and marketing in college. I studied fashion and design in School of Fashion and Arts, SOFA, for 2 years. And then right after I graduate, I always loved shoes ever since I was a kid, so I kind of like opened a business in shoe line, and that is the Lauren Shoes. So while I'm working on my shoe line, I took advanced courses in FIP, Fashion Institute of the Philippines. I took advanced courses for pattern making, sewing, and haute couture techniques. And then after that, I started receiving continuous clients already for proms, debut, and weddings. But then even though I already knew that I could make a garment from start to finish on my own, I knew that there's still a lot more for me to learn. So I decided to go back London, and I'm just so blessed that I was born there in London. So I was able to go London and work and study at the same time. And it's a really good opportunity because London is one of the top fashion country, and also London has the top fashion school. So I took the risk and left Philippines, even though the business is doing well already. I left Philippines and went to London on my own. And since I was self-support, I have to work at the same time. So I'm just blessed that after a few months, I already got a job, and it is a fashion job. So I work as an assistant designer, and it was really a great experience. And after a few months of saving up, I was able to study into one of the top fashion school in London, which is Central St. Martin's. And I studied fashion hand embroidery, which I'm really fond about because I love detail so much. I love how the beadwork, the lace work, and everything. And it all went well after school. I had another job offered for Nina Nostal, and She's one of a very known celebrity in Norway as well. And I worked for her as the senior designer. And then later on, Ralph and Russo offered me a job as well. But then that's the time I realized that I don't want to work under a designer anymore. I don't want to be on the behind the scene anymore. I think it's time for me to have my own brand. So that's why I left London again, took the risk, even though there's a lot of opportunity in London. There's a lot of potential for me as well there. So I left London and went back here in Philippines, and now I have my own brand, which is Lauren. I worked with Nina Nostel and I designed a collection for her. So basically, one of the collection I made for her, it was showcased in London Fashion Week, and she also sent me to Bulgaria to do a fashion show, to join a show for Sofia Fashion Week. And my job was really to do everything as well, design a collection, choose and buy fabrics, and I even work from sewing up to the finishing. And I was able to work with interns and with assistants as well. But one thing that's really tricky about it is that the people I work with are all older than me. So imagine I'm only 21 years old by the time. So, and I am the senior designer, but I am the youngest. So it was really hard to deal with it. The job itself is not hard, but dealing with them is really hard. So it really took time for me to adjust. And for me, I remember in London, every time I apply for a job, during the interview, they would always say, "Oh, you're too young for the position you're applying for," or maybe they just gonna tell you your experience are not enough for your position. But then once I show them my portfolio, once I show them the actual garment already, that's the time they're just amazed. And it's actually, for me, it's a good opportunity to tell them that, your age doesn't define your capabilities. It's actually a good platform for you to show them that you can be great even though you're young, and you can be successful even though you're young. Lauren caters evening gowns, prom gowns, debut gowns, and wedding gowns. So basically, I do more of the couture side because I want to focus more on the detail work of my clients, and I think it's something that I wanted to be different, especially that I studied in London, and one of the courses I took there was fashion embroidery. So I want to use that as one of my weapons because it's something that they don't offer here in Philippines. There's no courses that they have here in Philippines, and I think putting up the detail in something like a gown, it can be unique as comparing to the other designers. So that's what I'm working out now. But at the other side, I'm also offering ready to wear. It's for clients who just want to attend parties. And also, since I still love shoes, I'm planning to go back and design shoes again, maybe a few months later. I just need to focus more on my clients first and building the relationship with my clients before I jump into another category and then just put everything together. My favorite part of being a designer, I think seeing my product on people or seeing your designs in magazines and editorial spreads, or maybe being recognized internationally, it's something that's very fulfilling as a designer. But at the same time, what I love about being a designer is that every day is different and you work on a constantly changing field. So every day is just it's just new challenges, it's new projects to be creative with, and the best part is that you're getting paid for being creative. And for me, the most important thing is that you can influence people, you can inspire them, and just, make a positive difference. The most challenging part of being a designer is that when you're not earning as much money as you think, and then you consider yourself already a failure. But always remember that there's much more life than money, and sometimes you have to step back and remember that you're working and you're doing something you really love, and that's the best fulfilling aspect of being a designer already. And there will be a lot of challenges, but you have to turn those challenges into a positive vibe. And you have to be prepared as well, because in this fashion industry, there are a lot of competitors. There will be a lot of people who will pull you down, but then you have to use that as a platform to be inspired and make your personality more stronger and bolder, because that's what you need as a designer. And yes, people will just drag you down, just say, oh, your design is not good, you're not a good designer. But then use that as a platform and just say them that, hey, I am a designer and I am Erica Lauren de la Cruz. My advice for aspiring designer is that you have to know what you really want, and you have to be patient, and also understand that growing on a slower pace is actually good. And being a designer, you have to be true to yourself, and you have to create your signature style that really represents your personality as well. And just prepare that in the fashion industry, it's not just all about designing, making pretty dresses. It's also about showing who you really are. And I think for me, it's all about personality. In case you need a custom-made gown for your future events, you can like my page, Lauren Design, and you can follow me on Instagram for Lauren Design. Thank you.
Alright everybody, I hope that you learned something about success. Ikaw, Robert, ano masasabi mo tungkol sa success?
Well, success, it really depends sa perspective ng taong yan eh. You have to dream. Feeling ko, you might fail if you fail to dream. So guys, Z, don't stop dreaming.
Don't stop
Yeah.
dreaming.
Yes.
Okay, so that was your food for thought, and we have to wrap this episode up with Wheels and Gears. Everybody, I'm Zara Bianca Soldua.
And I'm Robert Tan, and this has been Brand TV.
Hi everyone, my name is Rafi Kaeg, the authority on car paint protection. One of the elements of good features of car paint protection is hydrophobicity. It repels water, it just slides off from your paint. Ang tawag is lotus leaf. Once it rains, ayun lang yung dahon na makikita mong tuyo. Why is it important? Importante yung hydrophobicity kasi sometimes acid rain. That's a perfect example. If it dries up on your paint, then it's really gonna damage your paint. It can actually penetrate up to your primer, which is, ano yung primer? Ayun yung pinaka ilalim na ng pintura mo. And pretty much after that, it's the metal of your car. Ang maganda pag hydrophobic, once you start your car, everything will just slide off from your paint. So yun yung protection pa. Besides the extra coating or extra layer of protection that's on top of your paint. So ayun ang hydrophobic. It repels water. People are so excited when they first get their cars from the dealership. And back in the day, they were thinking, what is the best way to protect their car? People has gone through washing and then doing waxing and then tire shine and everything. As technology improves, detailing came out and became part of auto care. So after so many years, paint protection was invented, and it's called coatings. The most important thing before is gusto ko malinis, gusto ko makintab, gusto ko magandang itsura. These are all found when paint protection is being done on your car. You protect the paint of the car. Not only does it make it shiny, but it has protection from UV rays, protection from oxidation, protection from making your car paint faded. Waxes does really make it shine, no doubt. But shine is really superficial. Since technology has evolved and has improved so much, significantly, ganyan din pagdating sa shine, pagdating sa paint protection. Naging HD, nagiging high definition. It really not only gives you that deep shine, but it does make your car paint come out. The true color of your car and the best color that it can show. So, ayan ang diferensya between waxes and car paint protection. And the good thing about that, naging HD na yung pintura mo, meron pa siyang protection. That will last for years. The problem with detailing, the problem with polishing is, number one, it depends on the compound that's being used on your car. Because if the compounds are too abrasive, and the people who polishes your car, yes, you get to have the end result. However, people just don't know that, by doing such, wrong compounds, wrong polishing, basically it makes your car paint thin. Humihina yung pintura mo. Kasi once you do that, especially detailing, you get to do that periodically. And every time you polish your car, you thin your car paint every time. After you work on a car, yung dami ng gasgas, swirl marks, hairline scratches, you basically get that from everyday washing. Most often than not, after they do detailing, after several days or after several weeks, the shine basically fades. And once it fades, the protection fades as well. Versus paint protection, you just do it once, you polish it, and then you apply the coating, that's it. It's going to last for years. It can last from 3 to 5 years. My coating, CS2, paint protection coatings, once it's being applied, it's going to last for years. The only maintenance onto this one is wash and go. If your car is extremely dirty, what you can do is just apply a car shampoo, wash it, and go. As easy as that.